Today, we'll build this modern to-do list app using Python and Streamlit. I'll add a new task and see the task added successfully. Now, I can edit and delete this task. The best part is that our tasks are saved, so refreshing the page won't delete them. Now, let's build it step by step. First, create a new folder and create a file named app.py and create another one, tasks.json. You don't need to create the tasks.json file manually. Our Python code will create it automatically. First, let's import the libraries we need. We are using JSON to save our tasks permanently, and datetime to display the date and time. Now, let's configure our Streamlit page and add a title. Now, let's make our application more attractive. st.markdown. This function injects custom CSS styling directly into the Streamlit web app, allowing you to override default themes and design custom UI elements. .block container controls the main layout container of the app. It sets a maximum width of 1100 px, centers it on the page using margins, and adds top and bottom padding, 3 rem, for better spacing. .appstore and .main sets the overall background color of the entire application and the main content area to a deep dark color, 0.080000, and changes the default text color to white. .stButton/button customizes the style of ST buttons by giving them a dark red maroon border, #990000, rounded corners, 10 pixel radius, a dark background, #160000, and white text. .task card styles individual task items or cards with a dark background, #100000, padding, and a bottom margin to keep tasks neatly separated. .time card designs a card specifically for displaying time, or clocks, featuring a dark background, #160000, a distinct red border, #770000, centered text alignment, and spacing below it. Subtitle. Sets the font size 16px and bottom margin 25px for subtitle texts in the app. Bigger task text? A comment indicating that this block styles the large task text elements. .task text targets the custom CSS class for task text elements. Bigger task text? A comment indicating that this block styles the large task text elements. .task text targets the custom CSS class for task text elements. Font size 24px sets the font size of the text to a large 24 pixels. Font weight 600 makes the text semi-bold for better emphasis. Line height 1.5 adjusts the vertical spacing between lines of text to make it easy to read. Padding top 5px adds a small 5-pixel space at the top of the text element. Closes the .task text rule. Closes the HTML style tag. Closes Python's multi-line string and applies the custom styles safely inside your Streamlit app. Now, let's see how our app looks. Run the application and see our app title. Look amazing! Now comes one of the most important parts. If we only use st.sessionState, our tasks can disappear when the app is refreshed. So we'll save our tasks inside a JSON file. With open, data file R as file opens the JSON file in read mode. With open, data file R as file opens the JSON file in read mode. Return json.load file. Return :0 returns an empty list if the file doesn't exist or if an error happens. Def save tasks, a function to save the current list of tasks into the JSON file. JSON.dump converts Python session state tasks into JSON format and writes them into tasks.json with an indentation of 4 spaces for readability.
Now, let's run our app. Now when you reload your browser, the task history wasn't removed. We will see explains in the next code line. Now let's add session state. If tasks not in st.sessionState checks if the tasks list is already stored in Streamlit's temporary memory session space. st.sessionState.tasks equals load tasks. If it's not there, it loads the tasks from the file and saves them into the session state. If editing task not in st.sessionState checks if the app is currently tracking which task is being edited. st.sessionState.editingTask equals none. Sets it to none by default, so no task is in edit mode initially.
Stud.subheader plus add a new task displays a section heading for adding new tasks. With stud.form, task form, clear on submit equals true, creates an input form that automatically clears itself after submission. New task equals stud.textInput creates a text box where users can type their task. With a placeholder text, for example, learn Streamlit. Add task equals stud.formSubmit button creates a submit button for the form that spans the full container width.
Now run our app and see how it looks now. Here we add a task container and task button. Let's add a condition. Now let's add a task summary. st.subheader task summary displays a subheading on the web page named task summary. Call 1, call 2, call 3, call 4 equals st.columns, 4. Splits the layout horizontally into 4 equal columns to show metrics side by side. With call 1, focuses on the first column. st.metric, total tasks, displays a clean metric card showing the total count of all tasks. With call 2, focuses on the second column. st.metric, completed tasks, displays a metric card showing how many tasks have been completed. With call 3, focuses on the third column. stand.metric, pending tasks, displays a metric card showing how many tasks are still pending. With call 4, focuses on the fourth column. stand.metric, completion, f completion percentage times 100, 0.0f%, displays the completion rate as a formatted percentage, for example, 75% with no decimal places. Now, run the application. Now you can see task summary here. You see total, completed, pending tasks, and completion rate. Now let's add a progress bar. st.subheader progress displays a subheading on the web page named progress. st.progress completion percentage creates an animated visual progress bar in Streamlit, filling up based on the completion percentage value, which ranges from 0.0 to 1.0. st.write displays a text message below the progress bar. F, you completed tasks out of total tasks, dynamically shows a sentence telling the user how many tasks they have completed out of the total tasks. For example, you completed 3 out of 5 tasks. Now, run the application. Now you can see a progress bar and how many tasks you have been completed. Now let's add My Task section. st.subheader My Tasks displays a subheading on the web page named My Tasks. If not st.sessionState.tasks, checks if the tasks list in the session state is completely empty. st.info, no tasks yet. Add your first task. If there are no tasks, it shows an info notification box advising the user to add their first task. Else, if there are tasks available in the list, it runs the code below to display them one by one. For index task in enumerate st.sessionState.tasks, loops through each task in the list, keeping track of both its position number, index, and its content, task. Call 1, call 2, call 3, call 4 equals st.columns 6, 1, 1, 1, divides the row into 4 unequal horizontal columns with custom width proportions, where the first column is much wider to fit the task text, and the remaining 3 columns are narrow for action buttons like complete, edit, or delete. Now, let's write a function for complete tasks. With call 2, focuses on the second column to place the completion button. If not task_completed, checks if the specific task is currently not completed.
If st.button checkmark key equals fit complete underscore task underscore ID creates a checkmark button with a unique key based on the task's ID. st.sessionState tasks index completed equals true updates the task status to completed in the session state when the button is clicked. Save_tasks saves the updated task list to the JSON file. st.rerun note should be a function call, st.rerun parentheses.
With call 3, focuses on the third column to place the edit button. If state.button commands on the button's name key equals fit creates an edit button with a unique key for the task. State.sessionState editing task equals index stores the index of the task being edited into the session state. State.rerun instantly refreshes the app to open the edit view. Now let's add a delete function. With call 4, focuses on the fourth column to place the delete button. If st.button trash can key equals format string delete underscore task ID creates a delete button with a unique key for the task. st.sessionState.tasks.pop index removes the task from the session state list at that specific index. Save tasks updates and saves the task list to the JSON file after removal. st.rerun refreshes the app. Now run the application. Now you can see the app look more interactive. Now add a new task here. You can see delete and edit button. Let's edit it. And here you see two options: save change and cancel. Okay, that's worked perfect. Now let's add final function. Congratulations message.
If total tasks is greater than 0 and completed tasks equals total tasks, checks if there are any tasks, total tasks greater than 0, and if every single task has been completed, completed tasks equals total tasks. st.divider draws a horizontal divider line across the page to visually separate sections. st.success congratulations, you have completed all your tasks displays a success notification box with a celebratory message. st.balloons triggers an interactive visual animation of balloons floating up across the screen to celebrate completing all tasks. Now let's test the complete application from beginning to end. Test 1. Leave the input empty. If we click Add Task without entering anything, we get a warning. Test 2. Enter Learn Python. The task is added with its creation date and time. Test 3. Let's add another task. Python. Test 4. Now let's edit the first task. Change Learn Python to Learn Advanced Python. Perfect! The task has been updated. Test 5. Now let's complete a task. Click checkmark. The task is crossed out and our completion percentage increases. Test 6. Now let's delete a task. Click trash can. The task is removed. Test 7. Finally, let's complete all remaining tasks. And here is our congratulations animation. Now let's test something very important. I'll refresh the page. And look, our tasks are still here.
That's because we're saving the data inside tasks.json instead of keeping it only in memory. If you need source code, link in description.